Hey guys, big day today. We're starting on the roof. It's quite a big roof, 9 meters by 4.5, partially even up to 6 meter. So we're going to start do it all with 8 by 2 joist. We're gonna use mechanical fixings like on the resins and stuff. I'll show you step by step. It's going to be a warm roof, so we're gonna use 150 millimeter insulation, then 2 skins of plasterboard inside. Then we got 2 layers of plywood, fairings, and all the rest of it. I'll show you step by step. Stay tuned. See you in a bit. Just to quickly explain, we are going to run a line of joists on the wall. We're doing a parapet wall here and an integrated gutter within the roof. So that's going to be also an interesting example for you to show. Unfortunately, we can't have the same height in the extension as it is in the existing house. The existing house has a 2.8 meter ceiling height, which is really nice, but we can't do that. The height of the ceiling in the new built extension is going to be about 2.4 to almost 2.5 kind of thing. That is because obviously we're not having a cold roof, we're having a warm roof. And the warm roof will finish, the top of it will finish, see that full and half block, so below that full block, we're going to be the finish line of the roof. We're going to have integrated gutter, parapet wall, so basically that indicates the height inside. It's still a good height anyways, around 2.5 meters. That's a very good height. It's standard in the UK. It's actually above the standard. So yeah, we're happy with that. The client is also the client is also happy with that. So that's it. We're gonna crack on. We're gonna set up some time lapses, and then we're gonna explain every single stage on the video. Thank you. First, we are nailing the joist to the wall with a nail gun. It's a temporary fix. After it is in place, we will bolt it into the wall with M12 bolts. It's easier this way. The joist will go all around the perimeter. We are drilling 12mm holes in the steel to be able to attach the timber to it. Now we can run the timber along that wall and attach it to the steel. In here we have access to the cavity, so we are bolting it through and tighten the nut from the inside. This is a shared party wall and we have no access to the cavity, so we are using chemical fixing. Simply squirting some resin in, pushing the bolt in and waiting for it to cure. After it's cured, tighten the nut, job done. If you like watching my content and finding it useful, you can support my channel by subscribing, commenting and liking the video. Thank you very much. We have all the hangers installed on one side. Now we're going to install them on the other side and we're going to start joisting it up. Let me show you. So as you see, the hangers are here. It's installed. Some of them are double and that is where we're going to have the skylights. All of that is going to make sense soon. Now we're going to put the hangers. We've checked, we've got 90 degree here, 90 degree there, 90 degree there. So we're just going to take the measurement of that wall and we're going to start putting the hangers here. When we come and then one of us is going to be putting the hangers, the other one will be cutting the joist, and we're going to start roofing this up. So this is the first, obviously older, as you've seen on the previous clip, that this joist is just bolted and nut and wash it from the other side. Those ones there I've done on a chemical fixing. Let me show you. So it's a threaded rod M12 with the Camfix chemical resin, and then we inject that into the hole, put the rods in, wait for the resin to dry, then we put the nut and the washer, and then we tie it, and it's all good. In the steel we've done a sandwich, as you already have seen, and then that's it. And then this smaller part of the roof here, see, that's another little flat roof there. Now we see exactly where the levels are. That roof is basically a little bit lower than our roof here, so we're going to have to raise that roof, but we've got a window there and a door, but the client doesn't want the door anymore. This was supposed to be like a terrace, which isn't the case anymore, so we're going to block that door up there. See that there? There's a door there. That's a door. We're gonna block that door and just leave a window, and then we're gonna raise that roof to match the level of this one, and then we're gonna incorporate that little roof into our big roof. Yeah. That's it, really. Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah, it just takes time. That's it, bit by bit. Yo, so this is the easiest part of the roof. Connecting all the timbers and stacking it all up together is the easiest part. There's no brainer here. It's just, this is a not pitched or sloped roof. It's just a flat roof. Everything is cut at 90 degrees. There's not any special angles. You don't have to work anything out. Just keep on cutting and screwing and nailing everything together. Let me quickly show you. So as you've seen on the time lapses, we've created the, let's just call it frame all the way around. There's that small roof there. It's at the moment lower than our roof, so we're gonna have to remove that wall, raise that roof a little bit and integrate it with this one, but that's the next stage. And then in here, as you see, we've done a sandwich, so this is all bolted through the steel, and then we're adding just hangers everywhere. It's easy, like, yeah. Measure it. The architect designed it at 350 centers because there's a big span from here to here. For some reason he didn't want the steel in this roof, so the way he's done it, that's how we do it. Normally you get the, not normally, always you get the roof designed by the architect. We're just basically completing the design, really. Yeah, so this part is the easiest. Keep on stacking up the timbers, where there's an opening, like the skylight, the joists are doubled, bolted together with timber lock washers in between. I will show you that on the next clip, how it's done properly. We bolt it on the floor and then we raise it and just slide it into the hangers, and then all the hangers are installed with nails. That has to be done with nails, no screws here. As you see it's all nailed, and then the joist is nailed to the hanger as well. That's it, really. No brainer here. This is the easiest part. The harder part comes to doing the sandwiching, the insulation, or the resin that we're going to do. We use a very good system, Restec flexible resin system, and we're going to show you step by step. That's where the fun is, to make it nice and neat looking. I have another video on my channel. Here's the link. You can have a look. And yeah, but this one is slightly different. It's bigger, and on the other one there was we were done in the lockdown times. We had some shortage of materials. We had to use something different material for us, the VCL, the vapor control layer. And I got a lot of bad comments on this. People saying, "Oh, your roof is going to fail." It's not going to fail. Not soon anyway. And the BC has approved it anyway. So what can I do? There was no VCL at the time in any shop in England, so we did what we could do. This one, obviously, we're going to use the VCL and everything. So stay tuned, and see you in a bit. So let's quickly talk about this double beams. Yeah, they are bolted here together because we're going to have opening here, the skylight. And so let me show you the method that is used to bolt them together. We bolt them on the floor, and then we put them up on the hangers. Okay, so we've got the M12 bolt going through both of them. So first we get them together, drill it through, and we put the M12 bolt in between them. You need this spiky washer that's called timber lock. Yeah, then the bolt goes through it, and on this side we put a square. You got the square washer? I'll just quickly show you. Here we go. So it's that Where's the... what's happening with the zoom? Focus. Yeah, there you go. That's the square washer. Yeah. So we've got that. Then the square washer will come here, and then the nut. Like that. That's it. Tie it together nicely, nice and hard, and that's it. That's the beam ready, and that's more than sufficient to sustain that weight. So as you see, it's doubled here, doubled there. Now the cross section, the small section that will go in here, will be exactly the same as this, with the same nuts and washers and all of that. It's just a shorter version of it will come in here, and it will be hanging on the hangers. And we'll add very long screws through this side as well. That's it. That's the end of explanation on this. This is pretty easy. As I already mentioned, this part of the job is the most enjoyable and easiest one. The fun comes to creating the layers and the sandwiches. As for the roof, the structure is now finished. Let me quickly just show you. See, we've done all the other. So the opening, we've added another double joist here. More hangers, sections, noggings. Same here. So it's the same. Double joist bolted together, and then noggins. Same here, same here. Now, there's a small roof there. All of this inside here, this is actually a flat roof, okay? It's a cold, uninsulated roof at the moment, always has been. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn that into a warm roof. And so how we've calculated is that this joist, yeah, is about 20 mil lower than the little flat roof there. So then when we are putting the fairings on, which would be the next stage of this build, and I'll show you that in a minute. So fairings are like wedges, like pieces of wood, and they will create the slope. So the water basically runs that way, and we're going to have an integrated gutter, which will be insulated from the bottom. You'll learn that as well. So right now we have to knock out this wall. That is there. That little wall there. We have to obviously remove that, so we're at the same level as the other roof, and start working on this. The weather is, honestly, I see blue sky. Literally half an hour ago, it was pouring with rain, and I was getting really worried. The weather forecast doesn't look too good at the moment. Looks like we're going to have a lot of rain in the coming days and even weeks. So and we can't stop. If we don't have the roof, we can't do the floor, and so the roof needs to be present. So desperate time, desperate measures. That's what we're doing. So I've done this once before and it worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to plywood the roof, because the sandwich is made of 18 mil ply, 150 mil Celotex insulation. Between the ply and the Celotex insulation, we have to put VCL, vapor control barrier. Then on top of the 150 mil Celotex, we're putting 18 mil tang and groove OSB bolts, and on top of that will all the flashings and trims and all of that, and then we're gonna resin that. And here are the fairings. So as you see, they're like two-part. It's like wedges, right? So the full length of these ones are 6 meters. See, they're just like long wedges. Yeah? So when you join them together, it's 6 meters. In here we've got 4.75. But then in this section it is 6 meters, yeah? So we're gonna start measuring. We're gonna leave a flat part, 350 mil for the integrated gutter, and then we're gonna start the fairing 35 away from the wall. 350 away from the wall, and then we'll cut there, boom. and then on those ones we're gonna go all the way and integrate with that little roof there. That is going to be a job for Monday. Today is Friday, so we're not gonna be opening that up, but yeah, next week that is the plan, that we are going to complete this roof. Final touches on the roof. We are now working on integrating the smaller roof with our new build roof. Let me quickly show you. So we've got this small flat roof there, and we need to integrate it with this big roof. There's a height difference, but that is something we knew from the beginning, so we're just gonna have to work around it. And so we've got this felted roof. What we're going to do, see, these are the, as you've seen on the time lapse, these are those strips are the fairings. Yeah, they're creating the slope of the roof. Okay, we're just gonna drill a hole through the wall there. I'm gonna do integrated gutter. Everything's gonna drain down. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that in here we have this door. They wanted to have a terrace ages ago, never used it, so they don't need it. We have to now, for us to build up all the layers of the roof, we're gonna be about here. So we have to brick this up. It's about that point, maybe here, and then remove that door from the inside. We're just gonna install a double glazed window there. I think that's the only sensible solution here. Cool, so this is what we're gonna be doing. And so I'm gonna brick this up, and then this thing here, there's only that little part of brick here that's hanging up in the air, really. So we'll, I don't have any specifications on the drawing how to resolve this, but I'm just gonna use my experience to do this. We're gonna put a concrete lintel from below, blah blah blah. I'll explain that in a bit, but when we're working on this. But yeah, this has to go. We have to remove this and just get these two roofs together. We've got doubled up joist here, bolted, and then it's hanging on the wall here and there. So this double joist is enough to just add that load to this. So we're just gonna have to join this roof together. This part will stay up to this part will stay. There's a little steel beam here, actually holding this wall. So below it, we're gonna just have to brick it up. Again, I'll show you what I'm doing with that later. Yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna crack on with this, and then the weather is really bad. It's absolutely terrible. It's those days are here where, you know, it rains one day, the other day, next day it doesn't rain. The weather forecast showing that tomorrow no rain. So we're planning to do some more work on the roof, and then we come in the morning and it's pissing down. So what can I do? We're just gonna have to just work around it. If our plywood gets a bit wet, it's fine. We can as soon as we got the VCL vapor control layer on top of the plywood, it will be all waterproof. So then the water can be just pouring down to the gutter. Yeah, so fingers crossed, and let's crack on with that roof. it's time to install the first layer of the sandwich. We are using 18mm marine plywood. It's a lot more expensive than WBP plywood, but it is a lot better. It's water resistant, which means that even if it gets wet, it will not delaminate and it will hold its integrity. So we stayed until really late last night. We finished like 9:30 p.m. and we completed the first layer, the plywood. So that's all done. We're fighting against weather. Today is a beautiful day, but we're not gonna get this ready for resin today because we have to get the gutter done, make all the upstands for the skylights. So you've got 3 of them. They're gonna be made of 6x2, so they can house 150mm insulation. You'll see all of that in a time-lapse video, and then I'll give you a little explanation as well. So that's that. We're gonna put cavity closures here. This was a bit dodgy, so I think some of the water leaked inside. So we're gonna have to. It will dry, it's no problem, but just I don't like this idea. Anyway, so yeah, this is what we're going to do today. And myself, I hardly slept last night because I've got something in my eye, so it's a really horrible pain. So I'm gonna go to a pharmacy, see if I can get some eye wash and some drops. If not, I'm gonna have to go to A&E and get this properly done. Hopefully I won't have to do that. So anyway, let's crack on and see how far we can get today. Now, this is 150mm tall, so the cellular insulation will come through it. And we've got the slope from there, it's about 50mm going that way to there. So all the water will fall into the gutter and will go through that outlet at the end. That's a small detail there. Now, the very important part of the build is the VCL, vapor control layer. That layer is responsible for, because from the bottom there will be warm air, from the top colder. So between this plywood that I'm standing on right now and the insulation, there will be always condensation, and that can potentially rot the ply. So that's why we put the VCL on, and that will protect the ply from getting that moisture from the condensation. Got something in my eye. I should have gone to the hospital, but I can't because I have to do this roof. Then I'll go to hospital after I do the roof. But there's something in there, and it's making me so tired. So as you've seen on the time lapse, we finished it really late at night to get this covered, and now today we're starting on the tongue and groove OSB bolts, 2400 millimeters by 600 millimeters, and we're gonna run them this way, long way. We're going to glue the joints with expanding glue, and we're gonna screw them through all the way down into the timbers below it. So yeah, this is the next step. Basically, we're sandwiching the insulation between the timbers and VCO. Always close your cavities with the cavity closures. Do it properly.
O, coś robił?
Tam tutaj pakowywał.
Dobra, a tu patrz.
It's important. Even though there'll be a coping stone in here, the coping stone have joints. And so if the water ever penetrates through the joints of the coping stone, then the water will leak in to the cavity. So what we do, we put the cavity closures, then on top of that we'll put 400 DPC layer. Then on top of that, coping stone, and that way, even if the water gets through the coping stone, we still got a DPC and the cavity closure as an extra measure. I know we're working at night a lot. That's because the days are short, and because it's winter, so the quality of the footage is not as good as it could be. I apologize for that. We've done all the OSB bolts. Let me quickly show you. And this is the integrated gutter. All of this is going to get trimmed up nicely with those fiberglass trims, and that's what we're doing now. We're trimming all up. Everything's going to be trimmed all the way around the skylights, everything nicely trimmed up. This drainage thing, I'm just going to create a nice box and just box that in. It's much easier to do that than working with the flashings around all of this. It's never 100%. I'm never happy. I've done that quite a few times, and I realize from now on I'm gonna be boxing that off, and I think it's, in my opinion, much better solution. So I'll show you how it's done. we have the metal flashing here, going around the boiler pipe, boiler flue pipe. Like you see the square, and we primed it with Restic primer because it was metal, so the resin doesn't stick to the metal very well. Well, it does stick, but not for long. So yeah, it's always necessary to prime it. We primed all the parts that needed priming, such as the part of the wall, wherever we had over there. And there's a wall, and we obviously wrapped the matting on the wall like that and like that as well. And we're gonna cover it with a coping stone, and then that way it's impossible for this to leak ever. So in the cheaper resin systems, it's in the cheaper resin systems like the Curate and so on, you have to seal the joints of the boards and do a lot more work. With the Restic system, you don't have to do that. I spoke with the technical department and JJ Roofing, and I watched tons of videos on how to use this product. You don't have to prime the trims. The trims are designed to be painted with resin, so you don't have to prime the trims. You only prime surfaces that are not designed to take the resin on, and then also you don't have to seal the joints. We're doing 2 coats in here, and that'll be it. So we've got a little bit of more trimming work to do, like around the 2 skylights. We have to put some matting on first. That's the first thing you have to do, is basically do this. Cut off all the flashings and all the other skylights and any other areas that are not flat. And right at the end, when all of that's done, then you spread the mat and resin the rest of the roof. We've filled this box to hide all the drainages, and then we're obviously gonna work on resin and matting on that as well. We had to brick. This was a door to the roof. I had to brick this up, and then we're going to remove the door from the inside and put a nice window here. So that's going to be a window. Cool. Always pre-cut the lengths of your matting. You have limited time to apply the resin, so no time for cutting. Time to lay the coping stones and finish the neighbor's roof with the lead. Let me quickly show you. So in here we're gonna finish this off with lead. We're going to finish this off with lead, and then we're gonna render that part of the block from the neighbor's side, and all of this will be laid with the coping stones, and then big coping stone all the way there, and so this is the little one for the neighbor side here, and this is the big one for this wall here. So the plan is to do that today. This is why I always leave the second coat of the resin until all these little jobs are finished, because then you see the roof gets dirty. So after this we're gonna wash it nicely, brush it off, wash it, give it a little wrap down, clean it nicely with acetone. Install the flashings around the roof, which is the plan for tomorrow, and then we're gonna coat it finally with the final coat of resin. That's it. Hey guys, so this is the very final step of the roof covering. This is the last coat of the resin, so we got one coat ready. We just wrapped it down a little bit. It's not necessary, like most people don't do it. I'll do it because I like to cut off some of the little hairs and whatever's rough. Just make the roof looks a bit better, and also I believe that water flows off of it a lot better when it's smooth, so less dirt stacks to it. So that's just my opinion. A lot of people say, oh, no need for sanding, no need for rubbing, but I always do anyway. Cool. On the resting system, like Curix system, you have to sand it no matter what, but then otherwise it's gonna be horrible and very rough. But on the resting they say you don't have to, but I still do it anyway. Anyway, I'm going to show you. So we are just wiping everything with acetone now. We had the lid wrapped down, wiping it now. We've got 3 skylights. We've got some outlets as well that we've mounted. One outlet, another outlet, bathroom, kitchen. That's the cooker food as well. Integrated gutter. Yeah, it's a bit of a roof, over 50 square meters. And we're gonna apply this final coat now. So cutting off first all the edges, all the way around. We'll cut all the edges out and then roll the middles. That's it. Euro windows are here and we are preparing for installation of the skylights. Let me quickly show you. Euro windows, highly recommended company. Bunch of really nice guys, always on time, very good competitive prices, 5-star quality service, and we are going to install those skylights today. This is how we're gonna get them up there. So we're just gonna put the glass against the plywood and just slide it all up. Easy peasy. Now the glass is fitted and the roof is complete. Let me show you. This video is a lot longer than my usual videos. That is because there is a lot of details to explain in building a roof like this. If you have watched the whole thing, you are a champion. Thank you very much. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.